Well, here we go. Okay, and check this out. We got ourselves a new website. All right, that looks pretty nice. Looks like, I mean, like, look, we had one website. We got into another website that was pretty cool with, like, the electricity moving around, stuff like that. But I have to admit that this probably is my favorite out of them all. This looks very professional, and it gives off a good vibe all around. I mean, it was really cool with everything that was moving around before and everything like that. But I mean, like, this one's probably the sleekest, most professional looking one out of them all. So this one, like, hats off. I think this is going to get a lot of attention. Okay, so let's go to half screen over here and let's see for electric vehicle battery technologies. All right, guys. So let's get into Betweenplays. I just want to show you that I've been talking about ACDC for a long time. So betweenplays.com. And if you go and you verify, you click on the search bar over here, and you put up ACDC, you're going to see that you'll have two articles. The first article is good, but the second article does it more justice. So the first one is dated January 21st, and actually, I was already researching the stock before that in order to make the article. So yeah, if you see over here, I was in it like at 20 cents. So it's great. You'll see that I put up the fact that they were challenging, like they were stating that their stats are better than Tesla's over here. And there's a lot of information here, okay? And I would suggest that you go into this one to get a feel for it. But if you go into this one over here, you're going to get a lot more substance because almost a month more went by, and there's a lot more time to be able to take to really get the juice and everything. And the reason why I did this also is because a lot of people were talking about like negativity of Bryson Goodwin and all this kind of stuff, stating that he was involved in some frauds. I didn't see any of that. I couldn't find any of that. So I just thought I'd make it clear on that. If you want to say, oh, did he have like a $50, $75 stock? Honestly, I didn't see that. Maybe he did. I don't know. But from what I've seen, I haven't seen that. But what I'm trying to state from this article over here is that I believe this might be a stock that can skyrocket to like levels that maybe he's never had a stock go that high. I don't know. Like, I'm just stating that we might have a great opportunity to get into something that is absolutely phenomenal. 50, God only knows. Listen, you got to look at it this way. You got when we go through this, you're going to see that what's Blink at now? I mean, everybody know what Blink's at. Green Power Motor Vehicles. I know that they had a reverse split, and Blink did. But the thing is that when you look at all these companies today that are in the battery technology sectors, EV cars and stuff like that, and home hub systems, and you're looking at a big thing. Now, of course, naturally, the company doesn't have any revenue right now at the moment, so you got to take that in consideration. But once all these things come up, and they're with Rich Power, I mean, come on, Rich Power has a huge Asian market. Like the market share is massive in that area of the world. So, and they got over 70 patents and stuff like that. It's not like anybody to just say, oh well, it's nothing. And to like for all those people out there that were saying things negatively, well, I was like, you know what? This guy's got a lot of big friends. Like if anybody likes CloudMD or the type of company that it is, a telehealth of the future. If you look at their app, they were with IBM and stuff like that. So you're looking at a company that even today, they're at $1.50 something cents, and now you're looking at like everybody's saying, well, it should be around $4 and stuff like that. And the Motley Fool just came out an article with them today. So and who's behind CloudMD? Well, it's Yari Naikin. All right, he was the interim. If you put up CloudMD interim CEO, you're going to get Yari Naikin. Okay, and so and that was before Dr. Hamza took over the mantle over here. So the thing is that these guys are been with each other for a long time. Like Bam Bam Resources, director Lamari Gold Corp. You're going to find the names inside there. You keep on looking at these guys in Toronto. They know each other. It's been a long time. So the thing, these people, right? It's like I call them like the boys club. Right? They know people and they have money. So the thing is that we're looking at an industry now. This up and coming industry. Like people say, oh well, no, it's not up and coming. Yeah, it is up and coming. Why? We're still in the beginning stages. We're still in the basement stages of this. It's like saying, well, the oil companies and cars that came out a long time ago in the 1930s and whatnot. Well, those are still beginning stages. It's like in 1960s and 70s. I mean, even in 1960s and 70s, there wasn't a, that many vehicles on the road. Yes, there was a lot of vehicles, but nothing compared to today. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, women drive, everybody drive. I mean, in the 1980s, I remember like mostly men were driving. It was rare that you'd have like a girl driving a car. That was like one of the big pickups that guys have. Oh, you have a car? Well, that's really cool. You drive me everywhere. So even if you're just friends, whatever. Point is that there's a lot more cars on the road today, and the thing is, we're moving into this new this new industry of lithium, nickel, and it's going to be ramped up and producing battery management system, artificial intelligence. You're looking at a whole new world, all right? And now he's able to take advantage of that. I mean, you're looking at, all, the people that he's known, people that he does know, and then, you do networking and stuff like that. And then boom, all of a sudden you got Rich Power that comes on say here, right? So it's partnered up with Rich Power, right? This is the ticket. This is the ticket I'm saying over here. Rich Power holds more than 70 patents, range from software technology innovation, authorization, so more patents pending. They even have their own inventions that they have. I think it's like 7 inventions or something like that. So Rich Power is a very big thing. And you should go into this article over here in order to get, a little bit more on that. So let's just get rid of that over here. And let's go and look at, what the stock's at right now. So you're looking at, 24 cents. That's a great thing. It's a great thing for people that want to get into the stock. 24 cents. I mean, you can afford to pick up, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, depending on what you have, what you could afford to lose. Because naturally, in a company like this, where I don't see, revenues immediately, and I can't, if I'm looking at the financial statements and stuff like that, I mean, they still have 2.2 million in cash, and yeah, they have all of these deals coming up. But I always tell people, put in what you can afford to lose. Naturally, do your own due diligence. If you're like, oh, I can afford to lose only 2, but 3 would not kill me, but I'll do that, $3,000, whatever. Some people might say 10 or whatnot. So the thing is, do your own due diligence. But we're looking at a company that has a massive potential on the upside, right? So if I go over here, that's the only thing I'm going to basically look at over here. You got 2.2 million. Total debt is only 80, let's say 89,000. Let's round it out to that. And that's really, really good. It puts them in a good position to have cash on hand and everything like that. You got only 2% insiders that's holding over here, and you almost have about 1% institutions. That's still pretty good. And for a company that's doesn't the revenue's not there, right? So the thing is that what I like as well is that that the float is 382 million. So this is all nice and dandy and all this kind of stuff. So naturally, you're not going to be able to say like look, the return on assets, it's not fair to the company because they're only getting their power wall now. So you got to look at sort of the future with this company. You can't look at the immediate. So when you put money into this kind of company today, you got to be like, okay, where's it going to be in a year from now, 2 years from now? That's how I look at this company, okay? And they got some pretty good deals, when you look at Daymak and partnering with Rich Power as well. So I wouldn't fool around with that too much. So let's just go over here. So let's go to some of the things that I find very, very interesting to keep us up, to date a little bit. So EV Battery Techs formally opens trading to U.S. investors. So this is the latest news on it, September 14th. This is amazing, okay? So this is bringing us up to like, let's say the next level, all right, over here. So basically, it's been an overwhelming demand from our, U.S. shareholders to allow for the trading and shares between U.S. states accounts. So, basically, DTC eligibility allows our shareholders to trade our shares on popular U.S. platforms such as Robinhood. So this is very important, right? So when people are going to start learning about this company, and they're going to start seeing that there's a lot more potential in here, they're going to be like, okay, well, some people are going to say maybe I should pick up more, and then other people are going to be like, maybe I should pick up some shares of that, and that's just going to allow for the shares to go up. Let's get that out of here. That is very important, but let's keep on going to stuff. So EV Battery Tech presents the Smart Command blockchain system for application for Ionix Pro products. I mean, the whole Smart Command is basically like, look, I like it because you're just going to get right to the, to the substance of this matter. Smart Command is based on cutting-edge blockchain technology that works with EV Battery Tech's patterned BMS systems to deliver a user-friendly computer and phone application, the app that delivers revenue monitoring, maintenance, and machine learning features. So basically, Smart Command system and app will be integrated into the Ionix Pro suite of energy storage system products, allowing for complete power management and smart grid communications, provide the user with command over the power functions and enable them to arbitrage power usage between peak and off-peak hours. A smart command system and app will first be launched on the Onyx Pro ESS products and will be offered on all ESS products on the market. EV Battery Tech intends to offer a smart command system and app on a license base. So this is excellent as well. Imagine having that on your app, right? You'd be able to take care of everything on an app. That's exactly where the future is, right? So we're not living back, where things are analog and all this kind of stuff, right? So let's just keep on going with the rest of the articles over here. So unveils its first smart wall to be installed in Canada. All right, so this is really great because you have that going on as well. So further, company's news release stated announced the completion of manufacturing of the smart wall. The company has now been delivered to a customer in Vancouver, British Columbia, and is ready for installation. So we see that you're already up to the next level. So basically, since we're all investors here, we should be paying attention and we should be watching these type of things. So let's take a good look at this video.
Hey everyone, welcome to beautiful British Columbia, where it's a very, very exciting day here on the ground for the team at EV Battery Technologies. That company trades on the CSE under the ticker symbol ACDC. And to tell us more about it, the CEO of that company, Bryson Goodwin, joins us. Thank you everybody for coming. This represents thousands of hours of research and development work on Onyx Pro and our Smart Wall Home series. It also creates an opportunity for homeowners, like the homeowner behind us, to take greater control of their green choices and their power consumption as the world transitions into smart grid integration. Shareholders, if you would like, this is an opportunity for you to invest in a company on the ground floor as we transition and grow to meet that demand. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to the head of design of the Onyx Smart Wall and the Chief Innovation Officer at Onyx Pro, Rob Avenante. Rob, what an exciting day for you and the team to finally be here in Vancouver unveiling this product. Talk to me a little bit about how this came to fruition, what makes a difference, and here you are today with this product here in the garage.
Jeremy, it's honestly, it feels almost surreal to be here with this product, standing here in a home in Canada. It wasn't even a year ago, actually, that Bryson, CEO of ACDC, approached our team and wanted to know if we could come up with a design concepts for products that utilize their revolutionary and patented technology, their BMS. And that technology allows us to have features in this ESS that just no other products can have. And some of those features include, obviously, the real-time monitoring, which is linked to our AI processor. We have remote maintenance, which allows you to maintain the product remotely. We have some of the safest battery cells. So our battery cell composition is different from the competitors. That makes us a much safer one, which is obviously important in your home. And really all together, just the capacity that it has, the feel and the features, I truly believe, of course, from my biased perspective, that this is one of the most superior products on the market.
Like when you use the battery from there and then out, you have the way to learn it. This machine can learn how you're using it and give you best optimized model. We can tell you where to charge and when to discharge. And that way, you can take the best after this system. So all these things like extra safety, extra reliability, and extra self-adaptability makes this whole system outstanding from all other products. So I'm really, really proud of this marvelous product. I'm so happy to be part of the team who created that. Thank you so much. Very, very exciting technology here on the ground in Vancouver. For this team over at EV Battery Tech to have this here inside of the garage, it's a momentous time for the company. Don't forget that the company trades in the CSE under the ticker ACDC. We're excited to see what they have in store for the next time.
All right, so pretty cool. This is the Vancouver home that they've delivered it to. So that's pretty awesome, all right? Now let's keep on going, see what else we got over here. So what I want to show people is I keep on mentioning rich power, rich power, rich power. Well, if you take a good look at this picture over here, what do you see? You see rich power, right? So in order to know, where ACDC comes from, you really need to do a lot of research on rich power. And when you find out that what they have, that's when you start saying to yourself like, whoa, This is really big here. This is, why did Rich Power come with ACDC? Because they want to get into the North American markets like South America, Africa, Europe. That's what they wanted. So in order to do that, the easiest way to do that was in order to get onto the stock exchange was to do exactly what ACDC did with Rich Powers, create that a joint venture partnership, right? So very, very important to understand who Rich Power is. What's really awesome is going to make this it's going to make this really, really jump is this car over here. I mean, when you start looking at the trilogy line, okay, you're looking at really awesome. Like it's just cool. It's just cool. So and a lot of people say, well, they're not going to, if you listen to Elon Musk say, like, you sure to get it production and then put it on the road is a different story, because it's much harder to do. But you have to remember that they're with Daymak, and Daymak has allowed them to use it. So like I'll give you this. So like let's just read here. Is pleased to announce the launch of its Ioniq Pro Trilogy Vision electric vehicle line, which is being developed in collaboration with Daymak International, referred to as partnership agreement. Okay, so when you look at like exclusive worldwide rights to build an EV based on the Daymak Spiritus. So this is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. This car, it pretty much, Daymak's already created this car, all right? So if you look into this part of it right here with the Daymak.
History's greatest innovations starts as impossibly big ideas. And with every year, we challenge what was possible, with our goal to bring cleaner, greener vehicles to our world. Now we're taking on our greatest challenge yet, our Avenir line. Fully developed in Canada, it's the first enclosed series with record-breaking battery life, solar trickle charging, and autopilot, along with all the Daymak features that have set the standard for micromobility. The future is electric.
So you can see that they have the technology when they're going to build something. So if you look at the actual the Spiritus itself, we'll go into this one over here. That's pretty cool, man. Okay, it is a Spiritus, but the trilogy line is going to be based off this vehicle right here. So yeah, you gotta think about that. Put that on the road. I mean, who doesn't want that? It's pretty cool. I could see this being a big thing right here for sure. It's just awesome to look at. Like, come on, that's awesome. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's absolutely cool. It's beautiful, beautiful vehicle. It's like futuristic, not too futuristic. It's just like in between. It's pretty cool. That's just nice. So basically, I'm not inventing anything over here. I mean, it was stated that it's basically exclusive world rights to build an EV based on the Daymak Spiritus. And if you look, this is the Trilogy Vision X from the line. So there's like hardly any difference, right? So this is going to be pretty wicked car. So production, the sales are supposed to be up in 2023. So the prototype is expected to be completed in early 2022 and scheduled consumer delivery date to commence in 2023. So people have to realize, so it's just like what Bryson Goodwin said inside that video before, that you're on the ground floor. I actually consider that we're pretty much in the basement right now, because we're if you were in since January, you're really in the basement, because they just had signed, like it was just signed, sealed, and delivered that they were with partnered up with Rich Power. So if you're in since like the very beginning of January 2020, in your basement, man, we're doing foundations and stuff like that, because nothing's being sold right now. Okay, you have the first one that's been delivered, the home hubs that's been delivered to the Vancouver home, first one. But I mean, like you want the multiple stuff, right? But the thing is that when you're in the ground floor like this, you get to buy it at 24 cents. I mean, when you start seeing that vehicle on the road and like people are buying it up in 2024, because let's say it's deliveries to commence in 2023. And then you have it in 2024, you're in 2024, which is not far from now. We're already 2021, we're heading into 2022. We're at the end of 2021, so it's in 2 years and like a couple of months from now. And then you should have a whole bunch more on the road picking up. The Trilogy lottery, okay, that they're having, Quebec is not included. And inside there, the numbers are pretty high for the contestants, like over 16,000. And imagine when this is actually being sold in Canada, United States, and stuff like that. In our markets, this is the Daymak partnership that they have. So they have the Rich Power and they have the Daymak, and the Rich Power is like their home hub is being compared to Tesla and saying that they're better than Tesla. Yeah, so their home hubs. So that's pretty crazy. So EV Battery Tech signs exclusive infrastructure agreement with Automall Development. So they're getting all these other different contracts everywhere. Like, so you have the EV smart chargers. Okay, so basically the Automall is currently configured for a 10-car dealership with room for future expansion. Current minimum required call for 2 EV smart chargers at each dealership. The dealership also includes a flagship hotel, which will require a minimum of 6 EV smart chargers. Discussion with hotel operators have also included the possibility of an Ionix Pro Titan Energy Core storage system. So it'll be in British Columbia. So it's only normal that they're going to be building more of the stuff closer to home, right? That's where usually, and then it spans out. So this is awesome as well, right? Don't forget, they have a lot of other deals that they're doing. So this is something that I find is very cool, because you're looking at 50 cents over here. And what is it that we're stating? It says that for total gross proceeds of $5 million through the financial trust, the company issued a total of 3,704,000 units of the company at a price of 50 cents per unit. Each unit consists of a common share and 1 common share purchase warrant, each exercisable in 1 common share at an exercise price of $1 for a period of 3 years from the issuance date, subject to acceleration at the company's discretion in the event that the common shares trade at a price on the Canadian Stock Exchange of greater than $1.50 per common share. So they're already envisioning that this is going up, because when you start seeing the sales, the whole hub, the Titan, you have the RV batteries and stuff like you're really, and then you have the the Trilogy line for the cars. So I don't expect for this to be like if you go fast forward to 2025 and all the stuff that's being stated is going to be out there and people are going to be starting to purchase a lot of stuff. Daymak has all the batteries that are going to go in, and you can start seeing revenue coming in. Like eventually, I'm looking at them, especially with those vehicles. Anyways, I'm sure that you're all saying the same thing. Yeah, this can go pretty damn high, especially with just the smart chargers alone for cars. And then you can with your app on your phone and stuff like that. Just the smart chargers alone, even if they didn't have anything else, and they just put smart chargers all over Canada, United States, and stuff like that. All right, expanding into Europe and whatever. Just the smart chargers alone. All right, the EV smart chargers, that would make the stock just skyrocket. Just that alone. And we're talking about there's a lot more here that's going on. So EV battery technology, Daymak launched an electric vehicle powered by Ionix Pro batteries. So now you can see a Daymak, the new Daymak Spirits, and all Daymak Avenue products are expected to be equipped with Ionix Pro batteries. And it's all Rich Power stuff, right? So yes, we could say ACDC, but the thing is that ACDC, of course, it's the partnership. There's the rights to and everything like that. But it says I want people, because a lot of people, the reason why I keep on stating that is because I've seen all the naysayers out on Facebook and all this kind of stuff, and stating, oh, that's why I always refer to Rich Power, because if someone does, their due diligence on Rich Power like I did, you're going to find out that Rich Power has market share in Asia and stuff like that. They're not just nobody, all right? So it's very important to understand that. So we have Spirits. Spirits is a 3-wheel 2-seat EV which handles like a go-kart, offers quick 60 miles per hour in 1.8 seconds, set to contain most advanced technology features were set to be unveiled in the near future. So this is going to be pretty awesome. I cannot wait for this vehicle. Honestly, I'm actually thinking about, depending on what it's gonna, what's it's gonna cost to come out. But yeah, I'm looking. I might want to buy one. So yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. So EV Battery Tech added to the Tech Megatrend ETF and provides corporate updates. So this is another thing to look out for. as this company grows, this is going to be an important factor inside there. EV battery technology launches the Onyx Pro Smart Charger. So this is something that, this is for me, when you look at Blink and stuff like that, when you look at these companies that are EV chargers, charging stations, I mean, if you can be the future of it, and when we go further a little bit inside, you can see that this is very, very, the smart charger is a disruptive force for the EV charging industry. And I'll read a little bit why after, okay? So what we have here is launch its previous unveiled Ionix EV smart charger, okay? So this is March 16, 2021. World's fastest growing. So the electric vehicle market is one of the fastest growing markets in the world, projected to grow almost 5 times over the next 6 years. The company wants to ensure that it's not only part of the rapidly growing revolution, but also wants to be a disruptive force. In order for the EVs to grow at such a rapid pace, the necessary infrastructure to be built to allow for such growth. One is necessity EV charging stations, of course, because or else you're pretty much screwed. And don't forget, if you go out, last year Teslas were all over the place. This year, it's not only Teslas all over the place. I'm seeing Toyotas, Hyundais, I'm seeing all Volkswagens, all kinds of EV vehicles now on the road. I'll hear it next to my car, like the sound, and I'll be like, oh, it must be a Tesla. And turn around, and boom, it's not. It's a Hyundai, or it's a different one. So that's pretty cool, because they're gonna need charging stations. Right? Once everybody starts buying EVs, you're gonna need charging stations everywhere. All right. So EVs have become a global priority. Major governments and corporations have committed to spending billions of dollars in the EV infrastructure. Royal Dutch Shell, one of the world's largest oil and gas companies, recently announced its plans to increase its number of charging stations to 500,000 by 2025. So think about it. That's just nuts within itself. All right, the gas companies are like, oh, yeah, oil companies are like, yeah, we're gonna have to make this transition. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna, man, 500,000. That's a lot. President Joe Biden recently proposed to build 550,000 EV charging in the next few years as part of a $2 trillion plan to fight climate change. So there's a lot more to going on. So basically, it's introducing a new element to the basic EV charger. The company has combined its ESS, energy storage system, which includes its patented and state-of-the-art battery management system, BMS, with an EV charger to launch the revolutionary smart charger. The company is confident that the game-changing combination will help expedite the installation of EV infrastructure and disrupt the EV charging industry. So key features of the EV smart charger is artificial intelligence. The company's patented BMS is powered by AI, which not only bolsters superior battery monitoring, but also allows for remote maintenance and machine learning capabilities. That technology is intended to provide greater efficiency, greater reliability, and increased safety. Powered by renewable energy, given the intermittent nature of the renewable energy, such as wind, solar power, they are not reliable source of power for EV charging stations. However, the company's new EV smart charger is expected to solve the intermittent issue by storing the power and then discharging the electricity into the EV charger, even when the sun is not shining or the wind is not blowing. The EV smart charger's AI capabilities are expected to be more efficient with use, as the machine learning will target the best times to be charging and discharging to maximize safety, as well as life in the battery. Arbitrage peak shavings. By having the ability to store power, customers of the EV smart charger are able to charge battery during off-peak hours and then discharge into the EVs during peak hours. Spreads between peak and off-peak hours can be very significant in major cities, with the prices more than doubling or tripling in peak periods. No extra connection costs. Building owners have learned that additional charging station usually requires a significant connection cost to the power utility company. This is due to the increased power required during peak hours. However, since the battery can be charged during off-peak hours, the building owners are able to potentially avoid this connection fee by running EV smart chargers and only discharging. So you can see there's other wide ranges here. So this is going to be playing a major role because other companies are going to have to catch up to what they already basically have. EV Architects signs definitive agreement to supply a $100 million Ecoville development project with ESS, Associated Renewable Energy, building an EV charging station. So we know this is, from a long time ago. This was November when things were moving at that time. And then in January, I made the article on it, and this is inside there. This is basically the crux of my first article about the Ecoville project. And let's go and move into here, EV battery technologies. All right, so the future of battery technologies has arrived. So this is off of their website. AI, patent battery, so BMS, real-time monitoring, remote maintenance, energy storage system, smart charging, battery cycling. So they also do battery cycling, which is going to be something in the future that even Elon Musk had said in the Battery Day last year that battery cycling is going to be huge in the future. So you already have that over here, right? 56 million vehicles by 2040. Energy storage capacity in the U.S. is expected to grow by 12 times by 2024. That's only in a few years from now. When I hear 2020, sometimes I'm like, oh, 2020. still think I'm in year 2010 or 2000 or whatever. It's 2024. That's like in 2 years, basically. We're 2021, but we're at the end. So let's say 2 years and a few months. Woo. And at 12 times. So this is huge. So energy storage capacity is developed in developed countries expected to grow 40 times from 2 gigawatts to 80 gigawatts. The energy storage market will hit 546 billion by 2035. Lithium-ion battery tech is not sufficient. Batteries require costly lab-based testing to effectively diagnose issues. Costly replacement is the norm as testing is long, expensive, and inefficient. Battery warranties cost companies millions of dollars. The market has started to focus better on longer-lasting batteries. Patent technology solves all these issues, will completely disrupt the battery market. So basically, look, you have a lot of stuff here. Like we can go on. There's a lot of ways that they state that they have just a better technology, like the longer life, exclusion, isolation, and real damaged cells, rerouting to exclude those cells and notice routine maintenance or repair or replace. So they're able to do things that other companies cannot do. More efficient battery use, absolute differentiation. So you got to go through this stuff over here: real-time monitoring and remote maintenance. So less downtime, high efficiency, instant notification issues, real data collection, continuous improve AI systems, increased battery longevity, like real-time maintenance. If you go and take basically a battery and then take it with the batteries that are existing today, individual cell replacement with battery pack. Well, that's what they were talking about over here, all right? So an existing market, replace and dispose of the whole entire battery pack, all right? So this they don't have to do individual cell replacement. Repair and real-time monitoring of each cell within the entire battery pack. So a real-time monitoring of each cell, right? Replace and dispose of the entire battery pack. So you're going from the green agenda and you're throwing away the whole battery pack. So the good ones too are all going to go. Like, you understand? This makes more sense than what's existing right now. Because what's existing right now is all based on the beginning stages. And they're like, oh, lithium's a little bit better. We don't need to have cobalt as much. All this kind of stuff. So what happens is that now we're moving it up a notch because rich power in Asia has been doing this now for ages. So you understand? They're way ahead of the curve, all right? So on-site professional computer hookup doesn't exist. Remote monitoring does exist. Remote maintenance exists. On-site professional. So here we go. So you have to go on-site in order to do the professional computer hookups and on-site professional maintenance. Whereas here you have remote and remote, so on your app, right? So artificial intelligence used to improve the system, no artificial intelligence, which we know this is completely the future, right? AI is the future, hands down. Real-time collection of metadata. Look, blockchains and all this kind of stuff that exists today, you're going to want the real-time collection of metadata. It's going to be all going inside that direction, no collection. So life extension due to smart patent BMS, which works and repairs cells, and a battery life when the cells go offline. It's just the older system is really dinosaur compared to the new system. And that's just basically what it is. So you have like the metadata, you have ESS, buildings, backup, remote, industry, renewable, expired batteries, used batteries. You can do a rebuild, refurbish, recycle. Expired batteries here, we got marine, heavy trucks, passenger vehicles, scooter, carts, BMS technology, metadata, artificial intelligence, all go back to EV because they have all the technology. They have the blockchain technology. They have the metadata, all right? So it records battery data and equips with the such enabling to comprehend and adapt to the battery pattern. Battery management systems are capable of accurate readings and efficient operating schedules will allow for longer use of battery life. Strategic partnerships, rich power, Daymak. We know about that. We know that they sell over 1 million in Canada alone, all right? EV Tech to take over all production of batteries, which is over 30% of the manufacturing cost. Daymak partnered with EV Battery Tech, a subsidiary of Ionix Pro, for all its battery systems. Canada's largest supplier of electric vehicles. Rich Power, recognized as a global leader in patented BMS and ESS technology and innovation. 70 plus patents and software copyrights, including 7 authorized invention patents. So that's what I was talking about, the 7 invention patents. More than 20 utility model authorizations and more than 10 software copyrights directly related to ESS and battery BMS. Dynamic peak shaving, our products. Here we go. So we have here comparing to the Tesla, which I was saying to you before. So Ionix Pro Home Smart Wall. Here's the Titan over here that I was talking to you about. And look, let's just go here. So you look at this, the kilowatts, dimensions, monitoring, detailed. This is basic. Remote maintenance and repair, not available for the Tesla Powerwall, right? From remote battery cell, lithium ion for Tesla is here as well. cost is cheaper. It's less expensive here, whereas more expensive there. But you have the remote monitoring here, and this is just a big thing all within itself, and it's got 15 kilowatts here. So now I have the Titan Energy Core as well, the most advanced ESS on the market with a remote maintenance, diagnostic, repair. These units are capable of peak shaving, backup energy. Like it's just insane. All right, residential and office buildings. So this is what I was talking to you about when the Echoville, for like the corporates and industries and stuff like that. They could use this over here. This is exactly what I was trying to say. RV freedom. All right. Here's the EV smart charger. We know all about it. Draw from battery during peak rates. Draw from grid during peak rates. Battery recharge during off-peak hours. No recharge during peak hours. Remote monitoring. No monitoring. Meets smart grid integration guidelines. Does not meet. Can sell power back to the grid. Cannot. Real-time collection data. No collection. Hands down, man. Best, better right away. What I really like over here is Meet the Team. Bryson Gooden, you've seen him inside that video. And what's really cool is you have Aldo on top here for Daymak, president of advisory board. You have Rich Power as well. You have the founder and chairman. Imagine that, the founder and chairman of Rich Power. That's big, man. It's big. Geophysics, and you have vice president of Rich Power here, and they're on advisory. Why? Because they want to make it work. Why? Because they're getting more of the market share. They're just growing, and it's just an easier way to do it. So, look, what can I say about ACDC? I was bullish on them for the future when I first heard about them and I first found out that they were partnered with Rich Power. Just that alone was like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. So I went and did a lot of research on Rich Power, and I was like, oh, that's very interesting stuff there. So I really, really like that. And then all of a sudden, Daymak comes out of nowhere, and Daymak's extremely interested, and they're even allowing them to do what they're doing with the Avenir series, right? With the Spiritus, and that to me is a lot. And then you have Daymak that's on the advisory board and stuff like that. So you have like these powerful players that that created. They've already created from nothing. So even if let's just, I'm not saying that he is or isn't. What I'm just saying is that even if you put a person up there that would start a company. All right, any company, and then you put two people there that already created their own companies, and that one makes over 100 million sales, and then the other one makes way more than that, and has the market share of what they're about in Asia. They have a massive market share. You would be like, well, I don't have any problems. I got like two mentors here that are building me up. So for me, so basically for me, what it is that when I look at this company, I gotta say to myself, okay, so what am I doing here? Basically, ground floor. Sure, I consider that we're in basement level because we pretty much had the foundations were put on like just in January and stuff like that. Concrete's just settling and drying right now, right? But if you're making a very strong foundation, right, like the cornerstone theory and all this kind of stuff, if you got that strong cornerstone, if you're building a strong foundation, and the rest after that just basically follows. So the foundation looks extremely tight over here, Rich Power and Daymak, and then you have the Trilogy line that's coming out. You have these battery systems that are comparing to Tesla. Are you kidding me? Like, did anyone hear anything about Tesla saying, who are these people? Like, this is complete BS. Like, I'm going to sue them because it's a lie. No, I didn't hear anything. This has been going on for a while now. So you got to, wonder, like, there's got to be a lot more to this than, of course, naturally us as a consumer that we can see. And if you're going to have those, vehicles in production by 2023, like out there, like, yeah, sign me up, man, because I would like to have one of those in my driveway. That's like pretty freaking awesome. It's a cool vehicle, man. It's a really cool. I could just see people driving like in a downtown core around Dubai. I could just see that vehicle out there. It just looks completely futuristic, and not so much so that it makes it unattractive. It's actually a very good looking car, the way it's designed. And then if you're putting like futuristic type features on the inside, I cannot wait to see that. And for sure, it's the type of vehicle that you see in a movie, right? And then you go, wow, that's pretty cool, man. That's the future right there. That's what it looks like, right? So I'm not even talking about the EV smart charging stations. Just that alone, like I was saying, you put Blink in that, and then you look at Blink's share skyrocket and stuff like that. What do you think is going to happen here? You know, when you start putting up all these EV smart charging stations like that, and, you know, taking pictures of them, they're there, they're there, they're there, they're there, and then they want to grow and they're going to grow, and then you're like, whoa, wait a minute here. What floor am I on now? So picture yourself in 2024. Like, what floor am I on now? Like, if I'm in the ground floor now, what am I on? Like the second floor, third floor? What's the share price? Like $3, $2, $4, $5, $10? What's the share price at that point, right? We got to wonder, what is the share price at that point? If you have all these, like, because one, if that car is affordable, and naturally I talk about over with my wife, and she says, yeah, sure. I mean, definitely throw one in my driveway. Like, I want to pick one of those up, man. It's going to be one of the coolest cars on the street. Absolutely. So even if it's a two-seater, I mean, I'll just take that out with one kid at a time, or just my wife, have a babysitter come out. We're going to go and park this baby near the water and go to a really fancy restaurant, because that's the type of car it looks like, right? It's an awesome vehicle. So at our EV, you got the charging stations, the smart charging station with the new technology and the AI and all the stuff inside there. You got the Ionix Pro for the home hub. You got the Titan. You got the Ecoville project. You got for the Smart Freedom for the RVs. You have the app that's gonna be on the phones for real-time monitoring, real-time data. You have battery recycling. Come on, man, this is like absolutely the future. We're way ahead of the game inside this stock, in this share. So am I motivated by this company? Listen, if every single thing that is being stated comes true, I'm not saying that there's any lies in here, just saying that, sometimes shit hits the fan. Unexpected crap happens in life sometimes. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that if, all those unexpected events, if that doesn't happen and this is able to run its course and produce every single thing that they have, man, it's going to be a huge company in the future. ACDC is going to be a huge company. That's my opinion, of course. Now remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, right? I mean, my background is in law. I've done accounting in my background as well, in educational institutions, financing and stuff like that, marketing, McGill, Concordia. But my career in the end was in law. And the thing is I might not be a financial advisor. No. These are, these stocks are things that I'm picking for myself, and I'm just sharing it out there with everyone like that. But man, in my opinion, this looks to me like it's going to be a winner. Every single little thing goes exactly the way they want it to go, and it follows that direction with Rich Power and Daymak. Yeah, no, I'm bullish, and you know what? This is a stock that I will not look at the stock price every day. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, because it's a stock price you should only look at in 2 years or 3 years from now. You put your money inside this, or what you can afford to lose, and then you do your trades with your other companies. You whether you do day trading, swing trading, or you're doing your longs, and you want to go in for fun or whatever and see what the company is, because you have to always keep up with the company itself. Even if you're doing a long, you don't have to look at the share price, but look at what's going on with the company, the direction of the company, make sure that everything is going the right direction. But this is the type of stock, man. You put in what you can afford to lose, and then you just close your eyes on this one, and then you wake up in like 2 years, 3 years from now. Oh yeah, that's how I see it. So you know what, guys? I'm completely bullish on ACDC, but naturally, I'm not bullish for tomorrow, man. I'm not. I wasn't bullish for it even like for tomorrow, like when I did it in January when I got involved. You got to give it time. They got their first home hub up now. That's great. That's amazing. And you saw the Rich Power battery was inside there. I showed it to you. It's freaking awesome. So and you know that Daymak's over 100 million for the electric vehicle, over 100 million sales. I mean, imagine when they're coming out with their Avenir series and stuff like that, and then you have, ACDC it's basically built on the Spiritus. I mean, this is big stuff. It's not like they have to build it from scratch. It's already basically the production. Everything is there on it from Daymak. They know what they're doing because they've already done it. So you don't have to like do this whole prototypes and this and that. to try to figure out how to get it to work on it, because basically Daymak did it with the Spiritus. So it's a no-brainer. The prototype that they're stating about is going to be ready in 2022 so that they can do production 2023. But that's normal because you want to show off the first one, right? Look, to me, I'm really bullish, man. I'm just like, this is the type of company that you got to keep up with the company. You got to know what they're going and everything like that. But you can't look at the stock every single day. You'll drive yourself crazy because you're going to want all the sales to come in, because once you start seeing the revenues come in and stuff like that, that's when you see the stock start to skyrocket. And you know what? Getting into this stock early for me is like the best thing, because I picked up as many shares as I want, and then I just sit on it and I don't do anything. And I'll do whatever I want to do with all my other stocks, but this one is on the side. I leave it there and I don't look at it, and that's it. So you know what, guys, I'm completely bullish on ACDC. You know what? I'm way more bullish than I was when I just found out that, oh my God, they signed up with Rich Power and stuff like that in January and in February. Looking from where they were in February to where they are now with the Daymak partnership and everything like that, like, I am so much more bullish. It's incredible. All right, guys. So you know what? Always remember, do your due diligence, research, prepare, plan, execute. All right, and stay strong, everybody. Stay strong. Hello to everyone out there. Just taking 2 seconds of your time and asking you to hit the subscribe and the like button. I'd like to also direct you to betweenplays.com, www.betweenplays.com, where we put up many different articles. We have 3 different writers at the moment, and we're trying to up the authors. And go to our Twitter account for like really quick information at betweenplays1, and we'll be able to get people to pre-market information and whatever comes along that is important to macroeconomics, microeconomics. As we say here, our motto: research, prepare, plan, execute. Always do your due diligence, and stay strong, everybody. Stay strong.